So lizards, you've probably seen them in a pet store and thought, wow, this would be an amazing animal for my child. But do you know what it takes to taking care of these animals? A lot of lizards get mistreated due to lack of knowledge about them. They end up getting sick or even dying. So a couple of years ago, I did a lot of research and I begged my mom for a lizard, and when she said yes, I eventually over the years ended up with 4 lizards. I have 3 geckos and 1 chameleon. Today I'm going to be telling you about how to care for leopard geckos, chameleons, and why they are mistreated and how they are amazing animals. So leopard geckos in their tanks, they need 3 hides: a moist hide, a warm hide, and a cold hide. They also need a food and water dish and a lot of things to climb on. The lighting for the tanks need to be 12 hours on and 12 hours off. And they need to have 24/7 heating. Whether it's a heat mat or a heat lamp, they need to have heating. And for food, they like any kind of bugs. Till they are 6 months old, they need to be eating every day. And then 6 months to a year, they need to be eating every other day. And then once they are a year old, they are adults, so they need to be eating about every 3 days. They are easy to take care of, but they can be hard without knowing how to take care of them. Chameleons, on the other hand, they are definitely a lot harder, and you need to know how to take care of them before you get one. So, for chameleons, they need to have moist dirt, and they need to have a lot of things to climb on. They say if you can see, you can easily point out your chameleon in the tank, you don't have enough stuff in it. So, for their lighting, they need to have UVB, 12 hours on, 12 hours off. And to keep their dirt moist, you need to have a mister that can also provide for water. You can also get a water dripper that will just hang from the tank and will just drip water. They also like a lot of bugs, and till they are 6 months old, they need to be eating 2 to 3 times a day. And then 6 months to a year, they need to be eating every day, once a day. And then after they are a year old, they are adults, so they need to be eating like 5 or 6 bugs about every 2 days. So they are definitely a little bit more complicated, but they are amazing animals, and both chameleons and leopard geckos have a lot of fun facts about them. Leopard geckos, they can live for 2 decades. That's 20 years. That's a long time. They can also, their gender is determined on what the temperature is like whenever they are born. So like if it's 90 degrees, they're gonna be male. If they're 80 degrees, then they're gonna be female. If it's like in between, most likely half of the bunch are gonna be male and half are gonna be female. And then chameleons, their eyes, they go separate ways. They don't just go one way, and they can also, their eyes can go at a 180 degrees, so they can look, basically they have eyes on the back of their heads. And also, their tongues are very powerful. They can stretch to about 2 times their body. So that's a lot. So these animals are really amazing to have, but they also get mistreated because they don't have enough space in their tank. They're not getting the right amount of calcium, which calcium is what keeps their bones healthy and what keeps them healthy. If you don't give it to them, they can get bone disease, which basically their bones just become limp. So, and then lastly, I am very lucky to own these lizards, and I have 4, not just 1. And these lizards, they get mistreated, and it is unacceptable. People need to know how to take care of them before they get them.